We are watching a match in the Crazyhouse Candidates between TheFinnisher, who's just taken down GSVC in his last match, against VariantsOnly. So it's Finland against Holland. VariantsOnly very strong, anti-book player. TheFinnisher, obviously he knows his stuff, and a much more experienced Crazyhouse player. But if VariantsOnly can get TheFinnisher out of book, then anything could happen. Still, TheFinnisher very strong out of book as well, so he's a good bughouse player too. We were actually joining in game 5. The first 4 games have all gone with white, and in game 5, VariantsOnly is white, and so we're seeing can TheFinnisher break serve here. We will do a quick recap. So he's defending the pawn with the queen. We will do a quick recap at the end of the match of the first 4 games, just quickly play through them. So that move suggests black really wanted a pawn, but white gets to use the pawn first, so we'll see. Either really wanted the pawn or really wanted to undermine that knight. But looks really nice play actually from VariantsOnly, just with a big kingside attack. Of course, he's left some holes at the back. Black seems to be trying to target the e3 square, but the e3 square, because of this queen e1 move, is actually quite well defended. So f2 again is going to be another area of contention. Okay, so f7 is to try and block up that file, because f2 was quite sensitive. Does it sacrifice a pawn? So if rook takes pawn, I'm getting challenges, which makes me think people are not watching the stream and just see that I'm playing on Lichess. So yeah, I am a featured streamer on Lichess. That doesn't mean I'm playing chess against viewers. I'm actually doing commentary on a Crazyhouse Candidates match. So it's 2 of the really top. This is like 2 of the Iranian against Jiri in standard chess, but in Crazyhouse. These are really 2 of the top players in the game. So we're actually doing commentary. We're not playing ourselves. So okay, so we see an exchange which you lose a pawn, but the king is a little bit exposed. Put the rook back, and what's the purpose of this? I just missed the last few moves trying to. This takes knight here. Yeah, f2 square is weak, and VariantsOnly is low on time. So suddenly the king is not really so insecure. It seems here. I mean, there are knight h6 ideas at some point, but it's just double covered. And here black will just be taking the queens. So what was the purpose of this move? He wants knight at, so he wants knight at queen, he wants knight at e5 really badly. But I don't see it as dangerous, and TheFinnisher's got time to figure things out, but I don't see it as dangerous. But probably he's hoping for knight at e5, takes, the king moves maybe here, and then takes back this knight, something like this. But really there's nothing, king would just drop back to f8 probably. No, it can't, okay, I see now. If he can get a knight on e5, it's looking towards d7, so it's not so simple. So it's really tempting TheFinnisher. Take my queen and I get a knight on e5, but you could just drop back here. He does take the queen, knight e5 comes. He doesn't, oh, he's offering a whole bishop. Okay, so he's just saying I'm safe. Throws away a pawn. Hides away, it doesn't even take the bishop, takes the knight, which makes sense because the knight was supporting a rook on h1. If black got a rook on h1, that takes this rook and the back rank is totally open. So knight takes bishop is now a threat, and we have another knight in hand to do something. Okay, so we see what he's planning. Knight takes g6 is the plan. Promote, maybe, but it's not enough, is it? This also is an idea, but it's not quite enough. Promotes to queen. Okay, but this is just going to get you mated. because queen was landing on f2 takes g2 mate supported by the pawn. Queen f2 takes g2. I'll just show the final position because that did go quite quickly. If king g1, then queen f2 takes g2 as mate. If king e1, then I don't see. Maybe if you have a pawn in hand, pawn at pawn at f2 and a back rank mate. Pawn f2, something. I can't see it without seeing the pieces in hand. But because of that, I've missed the first few moves of this game. So the finisher did indeed break serve just as we started streaming. So I play this actually as black. So knight takes knight is correct, bishop takes bishop, queen takes pawn, rook b1, and in this position I quite like to play the move bishop at c1. But variance only just takes that knight, and white going directly for an attack on g7. This is the problem in this position. g7, f6 are often very weak. Hi there, Yubar and Ahmed in Twitch chat. Takes, you can't afford to take the queen because white gets another queen back plus a rook for free, so do this. Queen's coming in trying to take on h7, and we're just up to the live action, so we've managed to finish catch up. So he's defending the pawn, he's threatening queen takes h7. He's left himself a little bit open here, but actually this square is defended, so he's completely fine. So, and black only has bishops in hand, so bishop here seems inevitable. Or bishop here also actually seems reasonable. But is there a problem with this move? I mean, bishop here makes sense, I think. Unless there's something obvious. And so what comes next? White has one knight in hand. He could chase away this knight or chase away this bishop. This is a problem. If he chases away the knight, he's starting to get in on the f6 square. If he chases away the bishop, he's starting to get on the h7 square. So black is going to have to defend for a little while. And just as I said that, that's hilarious. Black is going to have to defend for a little while, and he just... okay, that's brave. I have to say, that's brave. Because why not just queen takes pawn? Okay, sure, you have a single check. Okay, interesting actually, but just here... Okay, so this is actually not stupid. Because after pawn here, if you don't take it, king here, knight here is actually checkmate. So this is not stupid. Pawn here, you probably have to take it. Then takes back. And now he has a knight in hand. So this is kind of scary if you step up. So pawn here, what if you just step up? Knight here, and then just step up again. Aren't we safe? So just queen takes pawn saying, what have you got? But this is the finisher won't like to do this. It's really running risk. He's a low risk player. Step up, and if knight here, just step up again. And if bishop here, takes here. It feels safe, but... Oh, you're saying against here, so bishop f5. Bishop f5. Oh, you mean in the line. Bishop f5 does come at some point, but the point is queen takes rook is that's killing. I mean, that's going to mate you on the back rank. Yeah, in the line. In the line, I said it looks like he's getting away. He only has a pawn. The finisher really taking time, which suggests he really wants to. But by the way, I mean there is just knight takes bishop as well. No, actually, that's giving a knight. You don't want to do that. Yeah, I would just do this. It's I didn't expect VariantsOnly to attack, but we're gonna see the line. I said I think. Oh, oh yeah, queen takes bishop. Yeah, bishop f5, just queen takes bishop. Yeah, okay. Queen takes bishop, and now the rook was preventing the promotion, so knight takes rook. Okay, so to be honest, I've got no idea what's happening here, but I suspect... Oof, rook here is a mate threat. My goodness, rook at c3 is a because I want to just do bishop e2 and then say I'm fine, but rook at c3 is a mate threat. This is shocking. It's shocking because if your opponent can threaten mate next move, that's good. But if they have mate, like if they have literally a mate sequence already lined up against you, and then there's another mate sequence also lined up against you involving probably queening at some point, queening and something. I can't see that being. See, this is threatening mate. That's very strong, but this is literally mate in one. That's the problem. I'm not sure how to defend. Knight at d1. Yeah, knight at d1. Okay, brilliant suggestion from the Bughouse Knight in the chat. Knight at d1 both stops the queening and stops rook at c3. Okay, really nice. Yeah, and Ubar also got it. Well done. What? What? Oh, I see. He wasted the rook. Oh, really smart. Okay, that's really smart from. I still think knight at d1 was better, but that was very smart trying to waste the rook. And so why didn't he just go pawn block? Because oh, he only had a rook in hand. Okay, so this is a really smart play. So he could have backed off a bishop or something, but then the bishop was defending this pawn. So yeah. Oh god, the end of that just went too quickly for me. But I mean, I'm really impressed by that from the variants only. That was a really strong attack. That was really incredible. So in this position here, I know I shouldn't look at engine, but I suspect knight at d1 is just fine here for white. Apparently not. And I'm so confused. Isn't rook at f3, rook at c3 mate? What am I missing? Oh, king can still go back to e2. Okay, so why am I? Okay, I'm terrible. Sorry, I thought that was mate, and it's not even mate. Okay, but this is mate in 3. Queen takes bishop, and bishop at e2 mate. And okay, I completely missed this brilliant mating idea. And the finisher missed it also. Okay, that was sorry about that. That was bad commentary from me at the end. Hi there, Truck Molten. Yeah, how's the rook move mate? Couldn't he have gone to e2? Exactly. Okay, so at least my Twitch chat are catching my mistakes. And Abhijit, hi there. Okay, so back in game 7. So Variants only just won that last game as black. So we've had 2 breaks of serve. So after 4 games going with white, which I didn't do commentary on, the excitement has started as the commentary starts. But I will go back and show the first 4 games at the end. So it's still tied 3-3, 2 breaks of serve. So the thing about this move is that he controls the g4 square. So instead of he has 3 pieces hitting this square. So this is a square in white's half of the board, which black is controlling. And so you can see how it's like a launch point for anything black is going to do. And if for example, he can get some sort of exchange going, then he's saying, I'm going to fight for this square, and so on. I'm going to fight for this square. This knight is a powerful piece, but you don't really want to take it, because otherwise you get a pawn hitting f6. No immediate troubles, but and you do also open up this potentially, depending which way he takes. So neither side has much. He does want to take. And it's actually a dilemma. So this means that Variants only has got like a bigger threat of f5 at some point, but this is just opening up the rook file immediately with at f6 ideas at some point. So taking the knight is quite high risk. It must be that he thinks. I guess he didn't want knight takes bishop pawn takes and wrecking his kingside. So he wanted an out for his bishop maybe. But in this position, yeah, and this position white could also take knight takes bishop, but maybe knight takes bishop seemed like a feasible move in this position. Okay, but this is what happened instead. So remember, these are the two squares black seems to be attacking. This move. So of course this move is actually secretly trying to undermine black's centre. So white seems to be doing pretty well here. But no ins. Whereas white's already eyeing. I mean, this h3 square is already quite sensitive, because black's got 2 pieces on it, and white's also got 2 pieces on it, but it's a bone of contention. With this move, notice how white fortifies the light squares, but he's seriously undermined his dark squares, which is fine, as long as black doesn't have stuff to attack the dark squares with. So with this move, I think he's just looking for something to attack. It could be a change of attack to G2, G3. He's sacrificed material to try and launch an attack. So quite aggressive play from the finisher. So hitting G2 makes sense. And bishop at h1, keeping things... Now normally bishop at h1 is quite a passive move, but notice here, this diagonal is actually quite open. So bishop at h1 is actually an attractive move. And I'm expecting at g2 just to sack another pawn to create more weaknesses. Now the problem is takes, knight takes, king takes, and then black has no diagonals left in hand. So we're in a situation where you can go knight at h4 again, but you have no pawns to follow up, nothing to continue your attack, and then you're going to get squeezed by obviously an excellent chess player in VariantsOnly. So that's why the finisher doesn't do that. He's looking for a knight. So why would he want a knight? Maybe... I mean, he had a knight already, so it's not that he wants a knight really. It's that maybe it's also just securing up the position. This knight is slightly loose. h6 is... But yeah, really excellent play here from VariantsOnly, I have to say. And the finisher has to gone from attack to defense. You might ask, why e6? Why not just push e6? But yeah, maybe this is another reason for this knight at f5. It's blocking the rook file. f6 is a sensitive square, and he doesn't want to push e6 because it would make this square weak. So notice how black is getting squeezed here. But yeah, it's not going to be easy. Still defending well. Okay, takes back, takes back, and with only knights, how do you penetrate this position? It's not so obvious. So he's looking for this move. But bishop takes knight. So bishop takes knight would be met by this, but pawn takes pawn is met by this. That's the problem. Oh, all this. Choices. You're only 19 seconds on the clock, and you have 2 good choices. Which do you do? It's hard to say. Again, there's too many good choices. Do you want a rook? Do you want a bishop? He goes, okay, I want a bishop. Okay, reasonable. Oh, I don't think that works. The queen is defending. Oh, it does work. Okay, he's undermining g6. Very smart. And now he wants knight at f7. Finisher defending well in time pressure. Nice play. We only have a pawn in hand. Okay, of course. Yeah, we have another free pawn. Take pawns. That's good. And he's going to just back off. I've got my pawns in hand. I can now build a chain into your position. Okay, yeah. So takes the rook. He could win the queen now. Why didn't he win the queen? Winning the queen looked so good. Now he's having to defend even. This is quite sad. What is going on with 4 seconds on the clock? Variants only, really. Oof. Yeah, variants only suffering in time pressure here. Really, really nice play from the finisher. Things are not clear. Oh, okay. I think he's left this open, but can he afford to take it? Yeah, Queen H1 would hurt, so that's why he has to go King H2. So simply playing on dark squares. By the key point was that this square was captured. He's trying to cut off the rook's defense, but the rook is still defending. Rook takes queen takes rook, knight takes. Okay, so at some point he's going to take that queen, but is he safe? That's the problem, and he's probably not safe. Look, queen at h1, queen h1 at g2 mates, and he just has to defend with 5 seconds. It's just not easy. Ah, the queen is defending. He's going to get mated now. Okay, watch the finisher. Deliver the mate. Rook h1 at g2. It's all going to get. It's all over. Okay. Too much in hand. But knight e1 if he'd gone to here. Okay, desperate king run from variants only. Queen here. It just mates with knights. Doesn't even need the queen. Flex. So variants only. That was like a really nice game from variants only, and then he hit 10 seconds on the clock. And what are people saying in chat? Rematch offer sent. Yeah, I need a timeout after that game. Nice mate, by the way, at the end with the knight. The knights. In fact, you don't even need this bishop. The knights are actually cutting off all the squares and the pawn. But obviously, this is. I mean, basically, just the way to win this position is very simple. In this point when I said here, just rook here, pick up the queen. It's just game over. So it's a very simple. Very simple. No, apparently not. Apparently, rook at g6 is the best move. But rook at f7 is much more straightforward because queen takes f7, bishop takes f7. You can't afford to do this because you're coming in again. You've got a queen in hand. Yeah, I think when the engine looks at this longer, it actually likes it even more. Rook at g6, what he played, that's fine, but you need the right follow-up here. And apparently the right follow-up is at g5, which is kind of hard to find, to be honest. So rook at f7 is just a basic way of playing the game. Even though it says plus 13, you just play through the line. It's much more forcing, and so it's much easier to play, especially in time pressure. So okay, back to the action. If they've started again, they're about to start. Variants only will be back in a minute. Yeah, I think you need a break after that kind of game. Okay, so Twitch chat, how are you getting on? 4-3. So the finisher there just won as black again. So basically, ever since we've joined, black has been winning. Because we missed the first 4 games and then suddenly black won the next 3. And as long as humans are winning as black, I think Crazyhouse is still an interesting game. I mean, if it comes to pass that black just can't win anymore in Crazyhouse, then we're going to have to. There's something going to have to be done to adapt the rules. There's no point playing a game if the outcome is foreseen. We're getting to that stage almost in Atomic. I'm worried about Atomic a little bit. It's not there yet, but I think Atomic is even closer to the point where people are just finding it very hard to win as black at the highest level. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's the same problem in Crazyhouse at the highest level, but it's a problem. The game needs to be leveled up. And there are creative ways it could be leveled up. Like white plays the first move, and then black chooses which color he wants to be. That'd be a fun way of leveling things up. Sahovsky says, "Is this guy normally this slow?" Um, who? I mean, so VariantsOnly is a very fast player, but he suffered that last game. So why is it... Okay, so I'd say TheFinnisher probably knows his opening, so he should be very fast in the opening. But this move is weird. Like, this move is clearly not right. So if he's thinking... yeah, he's thinking now, and that makes complete sense, because this is not the normal move. So there must be some reason why this is a bad move. I mean, there must be some obvious refutation, but the obvious refutation is just play normal moves. By playing this knight here, how are you developing this bishop? It can't come out this way, so it must come out like here, here. It's not. It doesn't look terrible. So what VariantsOnly has done is he's managed to get TheFinnisher out of book a little bit. Finn thinks a lot in... Yeah, so I'd say the VariantsOnly is yeah, he's a faster player normally, but we saw the last game actually VariantsOnly blundered in time pressure, and TheFinnisher actually was the one playing much better that last game under time pressure. I mean, because experience counts, and TheFinnisher, at the end of the day, TheFinnisher, even out of book, TheFinnisher is a more experienced player than VariantsOnly. But having said that, look, VariantsOnly is amazing, and huge respect to him too. The way he... Yeah, I think TheFinnisher's... This is a case of like refutation. Black has played something weird, and White doesn't know what, like, White has had to find the refutation, and I think he's found the refutation in a way. I mean, this can't be good for Black, can it? Well, maybe it's not the end of the world, but there's this coming, for example, or just taking directly. I don't know, maybe Black has successfully navigated the opening and it's not so bad. Duvid, how did VariantsOnly lose that last one? Yeah. Okay, so how do I assess a position? I mean, so obviously Black has these sort of slight weaknesses on d7 and b7, and also potentially at some point in the future on h6. And he has quite a flat position, you know, just all his pieces in the first three ranks. And contained, his knight doesn't really have any future. But still safe. Still safe. So I'd say although White is also fairly passive, also contained in the first three ranks, White seems to have an extra piece, if I'm not mistaken. So if you just recap how this happened. Yeah, so Black has lost a piece in that knight, piece for a pawn. Sorry, let's just see. He's lost a piece for a pawn, and now with this move, e4. Obviously, we're opening up ideas of knight h6. You have to take it, and yeah, because if king h8, queen g8, rook takes, knight takes f7 is mate. So knight h6 is an idea in this position. Rook here. Knight h6 is still an idea. Yeah, it's still an idea, and he plays it. There's always rook takes knight was always an idea, but it didn't do anything, and now this is actually defended by the rook. Abhijit in Twitch chat is predicting a 6-4 win for TheFinnisher. Ooh, anyone? Hard to tell. I'm expecting queen here just to protect... Oh, bishop. He has a bishop in hand, so this seems... Oh, okay, I see. This is... takes. You could put a bishop here or whatever you like, but queen takes is check, is the problem. Okay, so now black has 2 pawns for the piece. No, I mean I think white's doing fine. And now if ever white actually successfully does a queen trade, queen h8 was a threat. And so he's had to block this file, but okay, that's very creative. And another interesting idea was actually just simply taking on f6 and dropping a pawn here. But instead he goes for this, and you have to take this or queen it, there is mate, so you have to take it somehow. And now there's a lot of threats, basically. He's threatening pawn here, queen here, mate. Or something along those lines. So takes, again, h6 is a problem. I don't know how you defend h6, just move in. Okay, he goes via f6. Hi there, thinker teacher. Yeah, we're watching some exciting Crazyhouse. 2 top players of the game. Oh, watch out for back rank mates. So VariantsOnly, in one of the games before we started commentating this match, he fell to a back ranker. This is promoting. Is it promoting with check? That's the question. Oh, oof. He's saying there's no mate. That's risky. I guess, yeah, if any rook takes bishop check, queen takes. So I think he's fine. So can VariantsOnly, with only 4 seconds on the clock, find the mate? It's actually difficult. Okay, so that's a nice move, defending. Yeah, but so bishop takes rook, but he's going to worry about back rank. I think he can take that just fine, because the 2 checking squares are covered. Yeah, I think he's just fine. Ooh, scary. Now there's knight here is an idea. Ah, nice resource from the finisher. But I think he can run. Yeah, he can just run. And black doesn't have enough material to continue. But scary for a moment. Oh, he allowed that? That was not good. This is not good. And I got things mixed up. So sorry, it was the other way around. It's VariantsOnly going for this back rank ideas. I think the finisher somehow managed to. So obviously pawn instead of bishop would have been a lot stronger. Is he surviving? 2 seconds on the clock. Oh, he's sent to defend, and he's no majors left. It's all over. So the finisher will take this. But to be honest, that looked like it was quite hairy, and it went both ways. Still defending with the king in the center of the board. These bishops are defending. Eek. But black has no material. Oh, it's smothered mate. Brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to show that on the little screen. A nice smothered mate to finish. The king right in the center of the board. How about that? A smothered mate in the center of the board. That was sweet. As Tashak says, mate in 2 missed. Yeah, I really am not surprised. I think black missed mate. To be honest. Okay, so we're seeing this kind of setup again. I'm just asking to move so I don't need to leave the action for too long if I'm going to show it to the stream. If I do show it to the stream, I just want it. Oof, okay, I'm not sure what's happening. Should I have a look quickly? So in this position here, yeah. So I think in this position here, taking the queen looked. So taking the queen was fine. No, okay. So here, white. No, so white is still in control here. So I don't see. Yeah, I don't. So someone has to. Yeah, let's run the analysis on that one. Okay, well, it's something to look at after the match. I don't think black had anything here. I was thinking, yeah. So I don't see anything. So okay, back to the live action. So we have this setup again from VariantsOnly with the f4 and the powerful knight, and if we look at the last time this happened, the finisher managed to win, but if we remember, VariantsOnly was really doing very nicely that game. If you can get a game like that again, I think you'd be very happy. It was very nice play from him, very nice game, and the finisher just managed to win in time pressure, which is impressive. So people are saying move 51 that last game. I'll quickly look. Move 51. At e6. Oh, so here's the mate in 2. Okay, so it's a mate in 2 for white, so it's just not so interesting. Knight d7 and queen here. Okay, fair enough. But if there was a mate for black, that would be much more important. So this is trying to undermine the center. It's trying to free up this bishop, undermine the center. Take this. This is the key. This is white's key attacking piece. It's the only piece in black's half of the board. So it's even. Yeah. Oh, Ubar says analysis shows mate for black last game, but it's mate in 18. Okay, well, someone needs to tell me what move that is. Okay, but if it's in the maybe it's in the analysis board. Move 44. Okay. Okay, so at the end of this game, I'll go back. Before we start game 10, so we're in game 9 right now. I'll go back and just show, because I was wondering if there was something, and that would be interesting to see. Thanks for that, Yuba. So in this position, so remember, in here we're trying to undermine here. We're trying to undermine here, so we try to undermine here. Trying to undermine here, so we try to undermine here. So very interesting. So we're kind of sacrificing a pawn just to get in. So the finisher is kind of sacrificing a pawn just to get in, and it works, right? Because if you don't give up the queen, a bishop lands here and picks up your knight for free. So, oh, brilliant counter-attacking move from VariantsOnly. I hadn't seen that. So you have a move with your knight which takes a bishop and threatens the opponent queen. Okay, that could be. So takes queen, because if you just took the knight, then suddenly bishop at e3 is not such a powerful threat. There could even be stuff like knight at h6. No, hang on, no, it can't be that. But there could have been some other follow-up move with the queen, with the threat. I'm not quite sure what. Probably just queen g3 would have come. But knight takes queen, so knight takes queen is almost inevitable, you would think. And he simply takes back. And now notice there's a mate threat. Knight at h3. If it were black's move, knight at h3 is a mate threat. You can't take it because of queen g2. You can't sidestep because of queen g1 takes and knight f2. So white has to defend this threat. And at h3, bishop at h3 is also strong. So h3 is the real weak point in the position. So white's got a lot of material, but not much bite on the black king, whereas black does have this bite on the white king. Okay, so that's a good move. It seems like a good move. There's no obvious checks. It's both attacking the knight and defending the key h3 square. Very. Queen h3 might have been another idea, but maybe you're keeping the queen in hand for the future. He's going straight in for the attack, which is interesting. I mean, because that rook can never take back. So, takes, you can't take back. So takes, his idea was just coming in immediately. Yeah, I'm slightly surprised he didn't take another move out to defend, but okay, he's probably going to take a rook with check and then defend. Oh, what? Oh, I see. He says you've used up your knight for knight here. I'm just going to try and starve you of pieces. Oof. So he's trying to say, if knight takes rook... Remember, there are even queen h1 ideas that don't quite work, but they're interesting. Hang on. How do you break through into this black position? That's the problem. Because I feel like white should be doing... Wow. The finisher finds mate. I thought VariantsOnly was doing quite well that game. But probably I misassessed it. Okay, so probably I misassessed it, but also... Okay, so... F takes e3, it turns out, was a blunder, and gave an opportunity for mate as follows. You take the rook. Of course, you would put another pawn here. And you've now cleared away the back rank. Okay, this is a hard move to find, bishop at g3. And you're going to go bishop takes pawn, and the king is going to be driven up, and this is apparently his mate in 11. If you go back, it's mate in 6. If you go up, it's mate in 11. You have 2 pawns and a bishop, and you have enough apparently to mate in this position. But the key was to clear away the back rank with your pawns, and that didn't quite happen because even in this position, probably your best hope is pawn here. But king e2, put a rook here, but apparently this is not enough. Takes, king takes, and apparently even this is, yeah, okay, this is not quite enough. Okay. Okay, back to the live action. So 6-3 to VariantsOnly. Sorry, to 6-3 to the finisher rather. I meant the finisher has won 3 games in a row now. Really interesting games. I think VariantsOnly plays a very exciting Crazyhouse. So all these games are interesting. And the finisher's enjoying the challenge in taking him down. Tashak says, this Crazyhouse is my new favourite variant recently. Yes. Good to hear. And hi there, Joanna Tries in the Twitch chat. Exciting stuff today. Yeah, two big guns up against each other. Bishop takes knight is too big of a threat, I'm afraid. Actually, it's not, because the bishop is pinned. So I'm completely wrong. Probably yeah. I was thinking reinforce, but then knight hit here might have come. So simply backing off. He wants knight at g3. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. But bishop yeah. So if bishop takes knight, knight at g3, that's the problem. You really want bishop takes knight because you're getting in on the opponent king. So, but he can't do it just yet. So I'll drop my link in both the Twitch chat and the Lichess chat to my blog and to my YouTube if you want to check out my past streams in Crazyhouse. The finisher is finishing. Yeah, let's see. I mean, if he closes out this game for a 7-3 win, that will be very stylish indeed. The thing is, you can't now take this because of this. Okay, and just as I say you can't do it, he does it. Okay. I don't know, I'm worried about this. I mean, obviously your queen is hanging, but you don't... This is too strong. He just wants to... He takes the queen. Oof. So he's saying... The knight might... VariantsOnly is saying my knight is covering h6. So I'm safe, and I'm now threatening... What am I threatening next? Maybe Taking the bishop, knight at g3 is an idea. You have to take the bishop, I think, first. The square's too well protected. By the way, bishop takes pawn you can't take with the knight because of a smothered mate. So just bishop takes pawn. What does black got? Because bishop takes pawn threatens. Ouch. But that wasn't necessary. But okay, so you go knight g6 is forced because if you take this, it's just going to be you're going to be cookie crumbed with a pawn here takes, bishop here takes, queen here will be mate. So knight g6 is going to be forced. What's the idea now? Just take the knight. No, variants only. What are you doing? What? Okay, I guess here takes here, he's going to go back. Okay, I missed this. So it wasn't so simple. So yeah, it wasn't a forced mate as I thought. And Joanna very kindly saying, amazing blog, I read through and found lots of great stuff. Yeah, there's lots of puzzles in there and various things. So Finisher is actually playing it slow, just saying there is no mate, just pawn here check, queen takes knight. But don't know if is that enough? So was there anything else? If you'd gone pawn here, king takes, I missed the fact the king was trying to run away in this direction, and that's quite hard to stop. Finisher is thinking. So knight here, defend the mate. What to do? You could go knight here, check, takes. No. Ooh, this is very. Oh, that's really sweet. So if you take my queen, knight here, check, pawn here, checkmate. That's a very sweet idea. So threatening mate, but it's not threatening mate because it's defended. And he's fallen for it, hasn't he? Pawn here is mating now. Bishop here is mate. No, it's not mate. What? Okay, so bishop here takes, queen takes is mate, right? Oh, pawn takes is mate. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So the finisher does indeed finish 7-3, closing it out. I'm just like, even in that last game, was black totally lost? Like, so after bishop takes knight, I kind of felt, yeah, black is fine. So bishop takes e2 is fine. Knight at h6, knight takes h6, bishop takes g7. King takes g7 is fine. Wow. Okay. So the key is apparently knight at g6 is slightly stronger. No, bishop g6 is fine. King g8 is fine. Queen takes h6. Maybe the engine just doesn't see. Knight here. Okay, so knight here is a mistake, apparently. No, I think it's the engine just doesn't. I think it's the engine just doesn't see the power of the Finn attack. That's what it is. Finn is just more powerful than the engine here. But apparently knight h5 was slightly stronger, but still, it's just too strong. I mean, what a strong attack! I mean, credit to the Finn for an amazing attack. Maybe here, knight at c8 holds on a little bit longer, but it's still still. The more the engine thinks about it, the more it goes, gosh, this is bad. This is not good. White is winning. Everything is safe, and even this square, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I think the engine just doesn't appreciate the power of the finish attack, and yeah, really powerful finishing there from the finisher. Amazing. So let's just take a quick look at the first few games, which we missed, and then we'll close out the stream. So the first 4 games all went with white. Sorry to spoil it. So in game 1, VariantsOnly was white, and he sacks hard. And you might think, why not just take this? But the problem is knight here comes, picks up your bishop. And if king takes, knight here comes, and your king is just like really exposed in the open. Probably king here, and you just defend that. I'll just turn the engine on if people want to look at the engine. So it's there. Just picks up the bishop, so that's a nice move that at e6. Picks up a rook, loses the queen, but he thinks black. So why doesn't black defend with a knight? But okay, he doesn't defend with the knight. He defends with the queen. I guess the queen is forcing, is ending the attack. So it's taking back control of the back rank. Pawn here, check. Pawn here, threatening. Obviously this. Apparently queen takes e5 was strong here, but that's hard to see. Just clearing away so king can take f7. And VariantsOnly in chat says, I gained rating, easy farm. 7-3 feels like too much though. So he's trying to take some pleasure. Okay, so a nice, really nice win here. And mate here from VariantsOnly in game 1. In game 2, this time the finisher is white. Okay, this looks solid. So notice g7 is weak, so he's coming out to attack it. Defends, takes the knight. Doesn't take. This is slightly confusing. Yeah, so there's a bishop in hand, so he doesn't want to take this pawn. Probably so taking this pawn is bad because bishop at d5 might come, and what? Yeah, maybe it's not so bad, but there are better moves. Knight h5. The finisher plays basically the book. Much stronger move. Knight h5, bishop f8, then takes the pawn. Okay, so he knows what he's doing basically. Clearing away, working away on the dark squares. Okay, so he sacrifices his queen for a knight because there's presumably a mate threat. If you take that queen, knight at f6, king f8, you have a queen in hand, and that's going to be checkmate. Okay, so king takes bishop to try and get some safety, but this is too much. Just defends. So he's in a check. Black is now out of material. Bishop takes bishop just because he wants to control the back rank, and he takes it. So that mate we saw earlier, it did come to pass. Game 3. This time the finisher is black. VariantsOnly is white. Oh, thanks so much, Joanna Tries, for the tier 1 sub, and the tier 1 sub to Wannabe 2700. And Joanna says, sadly I have to go. And look after her child. Thank you for covering this. I have to go adult. Thank you for covering, or maybe I have to do adult things. So it means either looking after the child or work, I guess. Oh, thanks so much for dropping by, and thanks so much for the sub, Joanna. We should do some Among Us sometime. Crazyhouse Among Us. That's my. So if you're ever up for that, let me know. Upper Wazen with a quadruple exclamation mark this game. So things are starting to get interesting here, so I'll turn the engine on. So king f8, so black is still doing quite nicely, until giving up the queen was maybe too much. Bishop at e3 is an interesting idea, but okay. Unfortunately gave up the queen for a piece, and VariantsOnly getting some attack. He promotes the queen, sacks the queen for a rook. Queen f4. I mean, that's a strong move to find. When your queen's under attack, where should you put it? I guess somewhere near your opponent's king, somewhere where you can sack it for a knight, maybe. Oh, that's quite funny, because queen takes f5. Engine really likes that move. Somewhere where you can sack it for a knight. You don't want to get your queen harassed around the board. So takes. So white's taking control of the back rank, trying to work on the dark squares. Finisher defending desperately, but white is moving in. So something went wrong though. So in time pressure. So things were strong here, but just bishop takes e7. Bishop takes e7. If you take with the rook, you're going to get pinned. So and if you take with the knight, then queen takes rook comes, and then bishop takes, I guess. Does it? Hang on. If you take with the rook, queen takes. Oh, that you can't take back. That's the point. So taking with the knight first was strong, but taking with this way, somehow black's clearing up. But it's just hard. Okay, so black somehow managed to get some safety. His king's running away, so this was an interesting game I missed in game 3. And black is suddenly fighting back. So how did black lose this? And obviously knight here check, takes the queen, white sacks for a knight. So in this position, black should apparently just take here, queen here, check. Maybe if the king ever comes here, you're taking the queen with check. But he took the queen, and now the counterattack comes. Knight d4, defending f2, by the way. Pawn at f5, knight here, and this is actually a forced mate. And suddenly white gets a mate out of, pulls a mate out. That's amazing. Okay, so just to show why, if you go queen f2, king d1, then bishop takes f3 takes, you're getting the queen with check is the point. Takes. Queen comes with check, and this would have been game over for variants only. But variants only managed to pull that one out. And game 4, the finisher is white again. And are we going to get a repeat of the previous opening? No, we get a slightly different opening. And bishop at c1, very nice idea. And this was game 4, yeah. Queen d3, queen g3, takes. So the queen g3 is just to cover the promotion. It comes back. So it looks quite threatening here from black, but he managed to ward off the attack, and then he takes control now. And finds a back rank mate. So that was game 4. Okay, so that was quick summary of some of the games. There was a crazy mate in 18 that variants only missed one match. Let's see. Any last words from either of the players? So the finisher hasn't commented after the match, but yeah, interesting games. Great win. So first 4 games, a summary of the match. First 4 games went with white. Next 3 games went with black. And the last 3 games went with the finisher. Finishing strong. That's it. Okay, well, thanks so much for everyone joining the chat. Thanks so much to Joanna Tries for gifting the 2 subs. I should just remind people just one last time about my YouTube, where all my streams are. There's about 3 weeks of Crazyhouse, mainly Crazyhouse streams on the YouTube. A few chess streams as well. They're all organised in playlists. And yeah, so check it out. Check out the blog as well. If I'll just drop that link again, and I sort of give you the standings. I'll just post the link to the standings to the Twitch chat as well. So basically, we're looking forward at the moment to Jasugi99 to take on International Master. So Jasugi99, who won these candidates, to take on International Master Opperweisen, but the finisher, indeed, finishing strongly. And how do I show the? I want to show the rest of the standings. There we go. I think that's the rest of the standings. So you see here, Jasugi with 85%, Chicken Crossroad in second on 60%, GSVC, Bugzilla, the finisher, all very close in the high 50%. But the finisher's got 3 matches left, so they're all quite close, in fact. Second, third, fourth, fifth, all quite close, above 50%. But Jasugi99 way out in the lead on 85%. He is the rightful challenger to International Master Opperweisen, and we're looking forward to a very exciting match to crown 2020 with a $2,000 prize fund thanks to Jen Lee. If people want to interested in that, check out Jen Lee's Twitch.
Okay. Okay, are you ending right now, or are you going to go over the games?
Hi Chuck. So I've been over the games, and this is just I'm closing out the stream. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was about to close out my stream,
Yeah.
so I was
So
figuring out how
I'll
to
raid you
raid.
before you can raid me then. Okay. Bye. Okay. So
No.
bye guys. We're gonna raid Chuck now, and yeah, check him out. He's a great Bughouse streamer. And have a great weekend, everyone. Bye guys.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay.
You're
I guess
welcome.
I have to play a few games then
Yeah.
if you're ready.